What is going on, guys? Welcome to Mind of Marksman, where we take some video clips from the series of not only myself playing, but others as well, and kind of break them down, analyze them, see what play was right, why it was right, other lines that you could have gone with, and hopefully we help you guys become better players. Anyways, as no one's coming in, we got ourselves a SCAR, shotgun, SMG, I believe snipers in my 4th slot, and then heals in my 5th. I'm using the Rift. Right now we're in solo duo, so we're 1v2ing. And we're just going to use the Rift to kind of scout people. I saw one of the balloons pop over here. I wanted to come in and try to get him. I only saw one player. I figured there was a second. I was going to try to land in the tree, and that way I'd have like a height advantage. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out the way I wanted. But at this point, I can at least sit here behind the tree. I figure he's going to see the second drop and come over to it, right? Which gives me a free couple shots from close range. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use my SCAR or drum gun, though. I kept the SCAR out. It might have been a better play to use the drum gun. Hit him once, he gets a decent reaction time off. He starts to build. We saw his friend as well. So when we're building here, we got to make sure that we're not going to get crossfired by the guy coming from the first drop area. I'm assuming based off that this guy left the big shield down here for this guy, either that he needed the shield or that he was already a full 200. One thing I like about this, what I just did, I made one mistake. I should have built a floor here. I didn't. I went with just a ramp. Is that we are built over the balloon. So if we fall, we're still gonna be on top of the balloon, which is really helpful. So right now we have one guy below us. We wanna make sure that he stays below us and we focus in 2v1s of blocking somebody out and taking on a 1v1. That way it's a somewhat even fight, even though you're a man down essentially the entire time. The fact that one's directly below us and he can't challenge at the moment, can't get a shot off, means we can fire at the guy that's open. He knocks me a little bit, but we land on the balloon. That way, this time we built the floor, so we made a better play there. Now I'm using the drum gun close range. This guy actually that I killed first, he made a mistake. He never had shield on. We don't need to go for the BM. BMing plays are mainly if you're desperate for kills, whether it's a competition perspective or you just need to get something off of them. It's shield or it's build. You're out of one of them and you need them quick, or they have a weapon that you need. But I wasn't going to give away high ground to go down. There was no reason to do that. So right now we're trying to wait till he peaks. I have no problem falling. Exact same thing before. We land on the balloon. We keep our high ground. Right here, I noticed something. He meant to build to hide himself and his teammate. The fact that part of his body is phasing through the wood means that he's actually not under it. He has to jump up. But because of that, he takes a bunch of shots. At this point, I'm willing to give up high ground to get a free shotgun shot in because I already hit him with 3 other shots. I figured he'd be really low at that point. So I go back up. I get a couple shots in. Pretty easy kill. So I'm collecting the loot. And as we're doing this, we have to be wary that we just caused a lot of commotion next to 2 drops, and I got shot in the back. I didn't build around me because I didn't assume that I would need to. I got hit once, and drinking a slurp juice will not only regenerate my full shield by the time I get into the fight. If I get hit again or tagged one more time, I can continue to regenerate over the next 20 seconds. When I heard the grenade launcher go off, I wanted to impulse away as quickly as I could. Just get out of the vicinity that thing's going to be landing. And it might also give me a chance. The impulse in, they don't know where I actually went. So I was able to block off one of them. And I go up, and now instead of going for his opponent now, the tree causes a little bit of a problem here. So the play was to impulse on top of the tree, back to my original build. And now that the guy that is down low is weakened and he's blocked off, we can focus the enemy and the teammate now. I'm still trying to keep track of where his buddy is. I'm using my audio in this circumstance. I get my reload in. This guy wants to build up. I just build too high to go over him. Out or 2 into his back. And I see his buddy coming up right here. I saw and I heard his footsteps, but I saw his build 5. I hit him 3 times, 35 each with a SCAR. Knowing, again, how much damage a weapon does versus how much health your opponent has is beneficial. His buddy comes behind. I'm going to stay above him the whole time, though, here. I get a free shot in. He's got high ground now over me, but what I can do, I edit out this ramp from supporting it. I edit out my wall from supporting it, and then I have to re-edit this one or break it. Once I do that, I can break off the 2 that I built up earlier, which will make him fall. A shot on him again, and then I clean him up with a couple more shots there. So a lot of time, strategically, it doesn't make any sense, and it's much more difficult to do that. It's way easier